Listen, everybody needs a fairy godmother, just somebody to look out for them. Some people call me their fairy smoke mother, others their internet big sister, but you can call me Hannah, the host of Smoke Sesh. So come hang out, let's light up and talk everything there is to life. The good, the bad, the ugly, the embarrassing. I've got a story for it all. Hello, hotties of the world, and welcome back to another fun little sexy episode of Smoke Sesh. My name is Hannah, your host, and you guys, I am having a mid-20s crisis. I'm starting to have a mid-20s crisis. Maybe it's just like where I am in my cycle. Sometimes like post-period, I feel like since I've literally physically cleansed out my body, like there's no more blood left, honestly. My brain is so empty. My body is so empty that I'm like, oh my God. But we'll get into that in a little bit. Entering with a positive mindset, clean the house out quite literally, start fresh, start anew. But you guys, I have been busy. What's the best thing to do when you're running away from your demons? Even if you don't have any demons, maybe you're making the demons yourself. Be busy as fuck. I'm not even kidding. You want to enact change in your life? Get busy as fuck. You guys, I have been picking up hobbies left and right. I have been trying things out. I have been out of my house and it's felt very good. It really has. But there is that overwhelming sense of like, girl, what are we running from? Or what are we running towards? Like the question mark of it all. Let's see. I've still been doing horseback riding lessons, which have been so incredibly fun. My trainer is fantastic. Bitch, they had me up on that horse. It's my second lesson. They're like, okay, hold on, but like, we're going to start trotting. Like, we're going to start running. And I'm like, running? Girl, I don't even know how to control this thing. I'm just up here. But it went really well. It's so funny. I actually enjoy being a beginner in this sort of space, like with horses and stuff, because it's like me and then two other like 13-year-old girls who are taking lessons. Like I'm talking maybe 8th grade, maybe freshman year of high school, and they know what the fuck's going on. They probably have been doing this for years, They are tacking up that horse. They are up there. They are controlling it. They are doing acrobatics practically. And I'm over there like spinning in circles in the corner. And it's kind of fun because it's humbling. It is very humbling. It is. And I think it's important to humble yourself every once in a while, specifically if you can do it to yourself in a healthy, positive way where you're learning alongside yourself instead of letting the universe do it for you. Because every time the universe humbles me, where it's like you're getting too cocky, you're getting too confident, whatever it may be, you're getting too big of a head. Like when the universe humbles you, bitch, it feels like hitting a brick wall going 75 miles an hour in a car. Like it scrambles your brain. You feel that concrete on your teeth, But if you can kind of, humble yourself in a positive way, you do get to skip the whole, concrete to the face sometimes that the universe does. And you really get to kind of just grow on your own, enact change and allow yourself to grow on your own. So it is nice to kind of be a new learner, to be in a space and to be new. It feels really nice to be new. I think I was so scared of being new for such a long time in spaces that it really held me back. I was like, well, I know what I'm good at and I don't want to kind of get outside of that space where I'm like good at things because if I'm not good at it, it's going to make me feel bad. Wrong. In fact, you not bringing new things into your life is what's making you feel bad. So it is fun, and so sorry to those girlies that I am training with because I know I'm just all up in their business, all up in their space. Like they're trying to enact maneuvers and it's like, I'm so sorry. But we're both paying good money for this lesson. In fact, I'm paying my money. I know you're paying your parents' money. So I'm going to get what I can. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow too. I have my lesson. It's really nice also to kind of get out into the country a little bit, get away from the city. The more I'm taking lessons, the more I'm just driving outside of the city. It really is showing me how much I do enjoy peace and quiet. I love the city for the fact that it's like, everything's easy here. You want an iced latte? For $12. Cool. It's right around the block. You want some of the top restaurants in the city and the entire state. Cool. They're 5 minutes away from you. You don't even want to drive. You want to walk. Amazing. You could definitely walk there in like 10 minutes. The ease of it all is fantastic, but there's something in my heart that really craves and enjoys like peace and quiet and silence and nature. It is so grounding and so humbling in a different way, where it kind of just makes you feel small, but in a very comforted way. The same way like a little bug on a leaf makes sense. Like me out in the country or me out in nature, even when I went on my hiking trip with my girls, like it made sense. It felt good. It felt real. It felt raw. And that is also something I'm starting to note a little bit as I plan for the future. Like I said, I'm having a bit of like a mid-20s crisis. We'll get into that in a little bit. But one thing you can really do when you feel like, oh my God, what the fuck am I doing? Where do I want to go? Is you got to start asking yourself, well, what do you want to become? Where do you want to live? What do you want to wear? Who do you want to be? What job do you want to have? You got to dream a little bit. That's why I talk about dreaming, because it really helps you just set your sight on something in the future and want to move forward. And I do think, you know, as I'm starting to plan and look forward, I really am looking at getting out of the city. I know. It's so funny when I'm talking with my trainer. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm out there. I'm like an hour and a half away for these lessons. And she kind of humbled me because I was like, oh yeah, you know, I live in this area, the city. I live in like Westport or whatever. And she's like, what city? It's like, you're so real. She doesn't even know what city I'm from. She just knows it's the big city. And that's how I'm trying to be. I don't even want to know, you know, what's outside of me. I just want to know what's right in front of me and what my sights are set on. So much so that I'm so involved in the community that I don't even have a clue what's going on outside of there. Kansas City, never heard of her. She is just, oh, you're from the big city. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am, unfortunately. Yeah. Thankful to be where I am. Thankful to have the place that I have. I have an amazing apartment. I have an amazing view. Everything is pretty easy where I am because I am, you know, in the city where everything is. But also I am craving a little bit of a challenge. And I think with change, there's challenges, and in turn that enacts growth. So I am looking forward to this next season of my life because we are in fall. I'm doing all my end of the summer activities. I went to the sunflower fields last week. I ended up going to the Renaissance Festival this weekend, which was so incredibly fun. It was such a blast. I love the Renaissance Festival. I love anywhere where like the world's biggest freaks, and I mean that with loving and endearing. Like when I say freak, I'm giving you a kiss on the forehead, where the world's biggest freaks are, because that's where I feel at home. Like when everybody's not afraid to be weird and to be a little crazy and to be a little odd, that's the kind of group of people that I love to be around. I feel like at least who I was raised with, not like peer wise, but definitely like within my family, I felt like a lot of my interactions with like my extended family were performances, where it's like you need to show up, you need to have the right answers with what you're doing for your life. You know, you're bragging a little bit. No one's actually talking about the truth of what life is. No one's talking about the hardships. No one's having a little laugh. It's like you're going and you're showing up and you're showing out for your family. And that shit was so draining. I remember my parents would come find me from the fucking woods where I'm playing with my friends, dragging me out of the mud. I'm not even kidding. One time I was stuck in a mud pile, and they'd come drag me out of the mud, hose me off in the backyard, and throw a sparkly dress on me because it was my grandma's birthday. I'm like, can I wear anything other than a fucking dress? You know, they're like curling my hair while I'm in the bathtub. It's like, no, I don't. I'm tired of the performance. So anywhere I can go where people are 1,000,000% themselves, to the point where it's like a little odd, but in a very endearing way, those are my favorite events. I feel like something that really helped me come into myself, and I've talked about like my rave phase a lot. I don't think I'm still in my rave phase, but I am very happy that I went through those couple years of my life where I was going to these big concerts, these big festivals, these big events, especially ones that were based on like plur, peace, love, unity, respect, where I was, you know, in a safe-ish, you know, any sort of live event is going to be a little bit out there, but, you know, safe-ish event where I had good friends, people watching over me, and also just like the air and environment of like being 1,000% yourself and being accepted for it. I think that really helped me come into myself in my early 20s and allow myself to just explore those different sides of me without having to put on a facade. And I love the Renaissance Festival because it does have that same kind of vibe where it's like, bitch, everybody's in like 14th century ball gowns, full chain metal. Like there's fairies, there's Vikings, there's furries, there's everybody under the sun at this fucking place there to have a good time and enjoy their life. And I just love it. I love a turkey leg. I love some mead. I love a chilled pickle fucking spear. You know, what is better than that? I love jousting. I love walking around, meeting new people, and dressing up. It was a blast. If anybody has a Renaissance festival in their city, I highly recommend going. These people are very friendly and forthcoming. And yeah, me and my boyfriend went. We had a really good time. I ran into one of you cuties. Hey girls, shouts out. Your makeup looked incredible. I literally was like, I need more glitter now. I love running into you guys in the most randomest of places too, because it's like, oh, I'm glad we're both out here at the Renaissance Festival, like as we should be as two little girlies. And it was nice because my boyfriend's friend was working the bar, so we were able to like sneak up. Hey, I love that I'm also like out of the house because I'm making more connections. You know, it's nice when I'm going to events and it's like, oh, I know someone who's working there. Oh, I know someone else who's going there. It makes me feel just like more in tune and connected to the community and the city that I'm involved in. But yes, I gallivanted around yesterday in my beautiful teal dress with my big ass fucking Renaissance boots on, hair curled. I was giving princess, runaway princess. I was giving damsel in distress, babe. And yeah, of course I had to sniff out the horses at the Renaissance Fair. And I walk up, I was like, oh my God, found them. I have to go see the horses. She was just walking around with her horse before the jousting event. And I walk up, I was like, hey, can I get a picture? She's like, yeah. She whips the horse around. You know, the horse is like sniffing me and giving it little pets. But these photos had me cracking up. My boyfriend's taking photos of me and the knight. But she was like this beautiful woman who was in this like all black and red get up, like red ribbon in her hair. Low-key, I was a little nervous walking up, but I was like, I have to. I'm not gonna hold myself back. And these photos, oh my God, my boyfriend stopped taking photos. It was like, okay, thank you. You know, we walked away. He was like, she almost stole you. Like I'm a little intimidated. She wanted you. She almost took you. The photo, she's like staring at me. I'm like, I love it. I love it. Yes, that is my girlfriend. Absolutely. And yes, you should be nervous. I was a little nervous. I was like, shit, maybe she is gonna swoop me up. You better watch out. But no, I had a great time. It was really nice too because it wasn't too hot. It's finally the end of the summer. So when I'm wanting to get outside and do things, it's not so miserable because sometimes, oh my God, especially in this fucking Midwest hot ass, sweaty ass weather, it's like, actually, I am going to just lay on my hardwood floors naked instead of being outside because it's too fucking hot. So yes, beautiful little Sunday. I also went out this weekend. I've really been back in my party girl era. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just I'm in my social butterfly era. And I mean, when you're in your mid-20s, the number one way to get your social hour in is to go out and drink. I'm struggling with that too because I do have substance issues. We'll get into that as well. I have a lot on my list, a lot to go through. I went through your questions this morning, and I think they really correlate with the themes that I'm going through as well. So hopefully we can kind of help each other along, you know, through those understandings of ourselves. But went out again this weekend. My best friend's older sister, who also feels like my older sister, was in town visiting. So we all went out to the club. We danced. We had shots. We enjoyed our time. I love house music and I love a good vibe. So any sort of venue I can find that has like a pretty chill indie vibe plus amazing music plus some fun lights plus good drinks, like I am there. I am sat and I will be there all night. Like my friends left probably at 1:30 and I stayed. I was like, no, I haven't gotten all my dancing out. I think dancing is fantastic for the soul and I don't do it at home. Maybe I should be doing it at home, but I don't do it at home, but I definitely do it when I go out. So I stayed there for like another hour and then this girl who was behind the DJ booth came down. She was like, hey, like, I know you. And me and my drunken haze was like, yes. Like, I was like, oh my God, I do know you too. We follow each other on Instagram. We have like mutual friends. She's like, oh my goodness, I've been seeing you here all the time and I've meant to say hi. It's just like life's been getting crazy. So we had a little kiki. We were up behind the DJ booth, like dancing, showing up, showing out. Her boyfriend was DJing. So I was like, oh, I'm sure I'll see you again here considering. But it was so nice. I just had a really busy, hectic, wild weekend And like I said, running from the demons a little bit, but bitch, if I'm running from the demons, I might as well have some fun doing it. I hope you enjoyed last week's episode. Not gonna lie, I didn't realize it was an hour and 40 minutes long. Whenever I drink, I just start talking. That's probably like my one biggest downfall when I drink. I just start talking. I literally, like, I need a zipper put on my fucking mouth, because as soon as I have one drink in me, I'm like, okay, let me tell you all of my deepest, darkest secrets. And you know me, I'm an open book. Like, I don't have anything to hide, but also it's like, girl, an hour and 40 minutes is crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys, were able to maybe have a little drink with me and enjoy your time. But that was a fun one. I'm looking for new ways to kind of spice up the podcast, and I think a drunken episode was a fantastic choice. I also got to spend some time with my niece and my nephew. They are just growing up so fast. Those kids are so hectic, so crazy. I'm so proud of them. I'm so proud to be an aunt and just see how smart and charismatic and wild children that they are. I'm so proud of my sister-in-law and my brother for raising two amazing kids. And yeah, oh my gosh, hanging out with my family is like, that's some wild energy, I'll tell you what. But enough of me and all my 18,000 different activities that I'm doing. I hope you all are doing well and just, enjoying this last bit of summer heat that we have before we transition over into fall. Oh my goodness, I know. There really is something about the change in seasons that makes me also want to kind of like start changing the color of my metaphorical leaves and dropping them to the ground and strengthening my roots and really just looking towards the future. I think, adjusting yourself with the seasons and how they change really helps you just become a well-rounded person. Really taking life as it comes and approaching it the same way that nature does, I think really just makes life flow smoothly. But there is something shocking about the transformation between summer and fall that makes you go, oh my God, what the fuck have I been doing all year? What the fuck have I been doing all year? How is it September, almost October? And what the fuck have I been doing? Where have I been? Who am I? How did these 8 months, 9 months fly by so fucking fast? Like, what is going on? What is happening? It makes you take pause and really ask yourself, like, am I living my life? Am I being an active participant in my life? Am I enjoying my life? And I do think I'm doing all of those things, but there has been some reoccurring themes in my life where I'm like, damn, I thought I would have outgrown that by now. One of my coworkers, and one of you guys asked me, they were like, how's the restaurant job after telling us you're kind of pulling back hours? And it's been chill. Like I said, I've been working maybe like 1 or 2 days a week. And that's pretty much just to have like a little extra cash in my pocket because I'm going to Japan very soon. And I wanted to be very, forthcoming with that with my employer. I was like, no, like for my mental health, I cannot be here that much. But also, like, if you need the help, I'll be here every once in a while. I'm not going to even consider it a part-time job because 1-2 days is like whatever. But who am I to turn down extra money as long as like I'm respected and heard? Which I think after I threatened to quit, they're like, okay, yeah, like this bitch knows what's going on. We need her on our team. Like, you can do whatever you want. You can work a couple of shifts a week if that's what you need. But, I'll take a couple extra $100 every other week to, fatten my pockets up before Japan. But I'm definitely having those realizations where I'm like, I thought I'd be out of the restaurant industry by now. I thought I'd stop doing this habit. I thought I'd be living here. I thought I'd be doing this. I thought I'd be having this job. And that can get very overwhelming and heavy, especially in your mid-20s. In your early 20s, you're going to have those thoughts no matter what. That's because you're like a baby adult. That's what I like to call them. You're a baby adult. You're kind of faking it till you make it. And the whole faking it part makes you feel like an imposter. So of course you're going to feel that way. Of course you're going to feel like, oh my God, am I doing this right? I'm still figuring everything out. Am I even making the right choices? That is very normal and natural for your early 20s. By your mid 20s, you were fairly secure. You know, you've gone through the hardships of early 20s adulthood, of like how to set up a bank account, how does credit work, paying rent, paying bills, working a full-time job. Like, you have the means in place to be a stable adult. But then you're looking around you and you're kind of like, but I thought I'd be doing more. I thought I'd be here. I thought I'd be doing this. I thought I'd be doing that. And it could be kind of shocking, especially when it's bad behaviors. Like for me, it was like, oh, you know, I thought I would be out of the restaurant industry by now, you know? And it's like, well, I'm not going to shit on it because I'm thankful to have what I do have and to be making money, period, especially in this economy, bitch. Money is money is money is money. And nowadays, you know, the girls are like, Hannah, how do I afford things I want? I hate to be the girl who's like, maybe you need 2 or 3 jobs, but like, that's what I do. And still I'm kind of, you know, just scraping by. Like, I feel you on that. But there is kind of that jump scare and that shock, especially being 26, where you're like, no, because where do I want to be when I'm 30? And I don't want to be here. Not that here is bad, but I need to enact change in growth now. Like, I need to do something. I need to change it up. I need to switch it up. We need to, you know, the same way your divorced mom has a midlife crisis at 50s and starts just like going on random cruises and starts dating a woman and starts trying, you know, Pilates for the first time in her life. It's like, now is the time. Whenever you feel lost, whenever you're like, oh my God, what am I doing? Am I even enacting change? I feel like I'm not growing. That is when you start doing everything. That's when you get busy. That's when you start becoming new at things, trying things, picking up hobbies, attempting this, attempting that, challenging yourself. The number one way I think to grow is to challenge yourself. And so I think this winter I really am going to challenge myself with some big ticket kind of behaviors. One big thing that I know I need to challenge myself on, and sorry, this is like the Hannah hour as we're getting into it, but one of you guys asked, they're like, I feel like I'm drinking too much in my like mid 20s. And I feel you on that. When alcohol is such a social thing, when it's like, you know, everybody's going out, everybody's drinking, it's very casual to just drink with your friends, to go out to a club, to take shots, to be at home, to have some wine. Like, sometimes it can feel like too much. Sometimes it can feel like, oh my God, I don't have any blood in my body. It's actually alcohol. And that's how I feel. You guys, am I an alcoholic? No. Do I need to drink wine at 8 a.m. to function? No. But I have some substance issues that we are all aware of, you know, and alcohol, of course, is going to be one of those substances. And I do think it's something that I really want to challenge myself, especially this fall and winter, to step back on, like fully step back on. The one habit that I really don't like that I've picked up is just like every night I'll have like a couple glasses of wine. And in the long run, that's not a huge deal. But after a while, it starts becoming like, oh my God, this is a habit. And I never want drinking to feel like a habit, to feel like something that I have to do to be a part of my daily routine. I don't like that. I don't like, you know, substances controlling my life. I also work in a restaurant where there is a lot of drinking going on. So I know once I fully step away from that, life will get a little bit easier. But I do want to manage just like my substance consumption. I feel like I've really gotten a hang on weed. I feel like me and my relationship with weed is better than it ever has been. This time last year with the podcast, I was smoking probably 10 to 12 bowls a day plus an edible at night, or like dabs starting in the evening. That was crazy. That was out of control. It felt like it was just a part of my routine, so I needed to keep doing it. But now I feel like since I've cut back on that, maybe I've supplemented with something else, aka drinking. But I have gotten the weed under control. You know, I'll maybe late afternoons, like 4 or 5 before I start cooking dinner, smoke a little bowl, pause, relax. When I go lay down for bed, I'll eat an edible and like scroll on Pinterest. It's great. It's very chill. It's very like, I don't feel like I need to do it. If I didn't do it, I don't think I feel like I'd be missing anything. I've gotten a hang on that. But the drinking is definitely something where I feel like, especially in your mid 20s, is so prevalent that I need to cut back. I need to cut back just for like my organs and my brain. So that's a big challenge. I follow this girl who I've been kind of like I've been observing. I feel like a lot of people I follow, I observe because they're beautiful and I enjoy the way that they live life and it's inspirational. And one of them I've been noticing has been like glowing recently. Like I'm talking from the inside out. She looks so healthy. She looks 10 years younger, like glowing. And she made a video and she was like, you guys, everybody's been saying I've been glowing. Clock that T in my head. She's like, the one thing I stopped doing is like cocaine and drinking. I stopped cocaine and drinking, and that's completely shifted like how I'm functioning as a human being. And once I heard that, I was like, yeah, it's time. It's time. I mean, I'm not going to give up going out. Every once in a while, I'll go out with my friends. But I do think it's important to notice habits that you know are not healthy and to adjust accordingly, to challenge yourself. Every single time I challenge myself with something, the universe pays it forward tenfold. The universe will always know you are like trying to better yourself. It will know that you're putting yourself through calculated hardship in order to grow, and it will always reward you tenfold. Always. And I've noticed my stagnancy, or like, oh my God, I haven't changed, I haven't grown, I haven't done any of this, is because I haven't been challenging myself. I haven't been specifically calculated challenging myself. And I don't want the universe to switch it up on me because, like I said, I don't want concrete in my fucking teeth. I don't want road rash from the universe challenging me. I want to set it up systematically in place in front of me so I am able to approach these challenges head on and, if done right, hopefully succeed. So that's one big thing that I'm kind of thinking towards and wanting to set myself up for and challenge myself this winter. Number 2, working out. I need to work out, especially if I want to continue horseback riding lessons. That shit has me sore. It has me sore. And I was on a big workout kick. I think at like the beginning of the year, I was doing Pilates a lot. Well, my Pilates classes were about an hour away from me. And doing that 2 times a week, it's like, yes, you get the momentum going. You enjoy it. But eventually you're going to kind of fall off because it's so far away. So I need to find a gym that's close to me. And I just want to challenge myself to do more cardio and to do more ab workouts. Even if it's just me on the treadmill for an hour in the morning, fantastic. I'm not complaining. As long as it's something, I need to just be doing something active, to be challenging my body, and to just be staying physically fit, because as we treat our body now is how we're going to feel in like 40 years. You know, if we don't set ourselves up for success now, in 40 years, 50 years, like we're going to be struggling. And I see this a lot with the adults in my life. They are constantly working out. They're constantly taking care of their body, not in an unhealthy way, but in just like a cognizant way. They're aware of taking care of their body. They're aware of just working out and trying to eat good and doing like 80-20, just being healthy adults. And it has made their life so much easier as they are aging into like 50s, 60s, 70s, where they are set up for success because they did the work when they were young. And I know this is something I just need to build into my routine. So that's another big thing. I need to challenge myself physically. So then when I'm horseback riding, bitch, I'm not like so fucking sore. I need to be more confident with my like core strength, and I need to be more confident with just like my stamina and leg strength. Very real, tangible ways to feel better about myself and better about my body, and just incorporate more activities in my daily life. So no alcohol, that's challenging me kind of spiritually. Working out, challenging myself physically, and then creatively. You guys, I'm so sorry I fell off on YouTube. I am so sorry. I really am. I was in such a good kick of making YouTube videos once a week, and they were just so fun. I had such a good time creatively, and I stopped because I went on a vacation and I broke the cycle. I broke the loop, not in a good way. I literally just like stopped getting used to filming and creating, and so I forgot how to do it essentially. But I'm hoping to get back into that, especially this week. I'm hoping to have a new YouTube video up within the next week. I'm going to do some Halloween decorating. I feel like that'd be fun, chill. I'm going to do some arts and crafts, some little DIY situation. And I'm going to decorate my house for Halloween. And then you guys can kind of like see my apartment and what I'm doing. But going forward, I do want to just challenge myself creatively, make more YouTube videos. I have so many different ideas. I want to do like Pinterest to reality, where it's like, oh, you saw it on Pinterest, but is it real? Let's create it in the real world. I want to do more vlogging. I want to do more creative things. Like, I love being creative. And I think another thing, a reason why I haven't feel satiated is because I'm not using my creative abilities to its fullest. I mean, this podcast, love it down. Not that it's not fulfilling. It's just I've been doing it for so long that it is like literally ingrained in me. I wake up on Mondays and I'm like, all right, let's film. I'm ready. Let's fucking go. You know, like it's so ingrained in me, and I am just so used to doing it that it feels like second nature. It feels like the same way I would hang out with friends once a week. But I want to do more things that are maybe outside of what I'm used to doing, as well as side by side with this, and just like incorporate you guys more in my life and get more creative. I also think that involves doing more hobbies. I need more hobbies. I want to take some jewelry making classes. I want to keep doing my horseback riding lessons. I want to just try more things, incorporate more things into my life, where through knowledge, through learning, through challenging, I'm hopefully able to enact that like slingshot method of just pushing myself forward, because you need to create momentum in your life. If you feel stagnant, it's because you're not creating momentum in your life. And like I said, you don't want the universe to create that momentum for you, because it's always chaotic and is it's a difficult energy to work with. It's always going to put you in the right place through a very crazy series of events. And in order to avoid that chaos, you need to create momentum in your own life. A lot of my stagnancy has been because I'm comfortable. Oh, I'm used to doing this, so I'm going to keep doing it. Oh, well, this is just something that I've always had in my life, so I'm going to keep doing it. I'm not challenging myself. I'm not creating momentum in my life by doing new things, having new experiences, having new memories. And so I'm hoping to build that momentum in my life to slingshot myself forward into my next phase in life, my next, kind of season in life. And the best time to do this is fall and winter. Spring, summer, we're busy as fuck. We are. That's when we kind of enjoy the fruit of our labors from what we did during the winter. And the best way to also survive winter is to set goals and stick to those goals and those hobbies, so then time keeps moving and we're not just in this weird snowy limbo phase, you know what I mean? But if you're like me and you're kind of like finding yourself, especially with the change of season, it's so prevalent, sitting around and going like, holy shit, where has time gone? What have I done? Life's slipping through my fucking fingers. I don't know what to do. Like, where am I going? What am I doing? How do I even look forward? We gotta create calculated challenges. We gotta create momentum, and we gotta move forward. And so I am really looking forward to that. I am. I think it'll do me some good. I think it'll help me become a better woman, a better person, just like a more well-rounded individual. And I really, really am looking forward to this next season of my life and bringing you guys along with me. And maybe this is just like a rambly, we chat about life and get real and raw kind of episode, But you might be sitting here and you might be asking like, well, how do I build that belief in myself? Or how do I look forward? How do I dream? How do I even like know what fucking hobby I want to do, and even be successful at it? And it's like, you gotta just bet on yourself. Honestly, it's like, okay, I, saw a picture of horseback riding lessons on Pinterest. Oh, that looks cool. That looks fun. And instead of just being like, oh, that's fun for them, I'll never be able to do that. It's okay. Well, let me start doing it. It's literally that simple. You want to be that girl, become that girl. You want to be that thing, become that thing. You want to do that thing, go out there, go do it. Yes, as you're doing it, you're going to feel nervous. You're going to feel a little bit like an imposter because you're new. You're not going to know what's going on, but there is beauty in learning. And I really miss, especially being in my like later 20s, learning and challenging myself like in my brain. It's something I've been craving recently. And so I have been trying to bring it more into my life. But yeah, you want to be that girl, go become that girl. You want to do that thing, do that thing. You want to make YouTube videos, make those fucking YouTube videos. I don't care if you get 5 views or 500 or 500,000. Do it, upload it, post it, move on, keep pushing, for real. You have to believe that betting on yourself will always pay out. It will. It truly will. Believing in yourself and believing that everything will work out for yourself will always pay out. It will always push you forward into a better spot, into a better place, into a better mentality, physically, spiritually, mentally. It will always pay off. It will. And so there's sometimes redirection. Life is not like one straight line. There's ups, there's downs, there's left, there's rights. Like, life's fucking crazy. But as long as you have this systematic belief that everything will work out, I don't know where I'm going to end up. I don't know like what life holds for me at 70 years old, but I know that I will get there and I will be happy because I am putting my best foot forward today, because I am believing in myself today, because I am challenging myself today, and because I am enacting change and growth and momentum in my life. That will immediately slingshot me forward into the best future possible. And that's not something I was born with. I wasn't born with the innate understanding that everything will work out for me. In fact, I think I was born with this understanding that like everything was going wrong for me. I don't know. Maybe that was just like me in my head talking down on myself. It was definitely that. But this was like a learned thing I had to do where, I've spent so much time prioritizing other people, prioritizing what other people wanted from me, what other people, needed from me, that I felt like a shell of a human being. And also like everything that I wanted to do wasn't coming true because I wasn't focused on me. And once I started focusing on me and placing bets on myself, and the bet's not even being money, just like trust in myself, I became such a better individual, much more well-rounded, much happier, more successful individual, honestly. But we're getting there. The mid-20s is so weird. It really is. And like I said, I have this placing bet on myself, innate trust and understanding that like when I'm 30, I'm going to be so incredibly happy and I'm going to be in this beautiful place and I'm going to be just like so successful and just like enjoying my life so much. I think I'm going to be very stable, especially at that time. So I'm going to let myself ride the waves, face the chaos, do my thing now. So I'm setting myself up for success in the future, placing my bets and understanding that they will pay out. Life is crazy though, you guys. And it's really interesting to see like I went back and I listened to a couple of my old episodes. Like I'm talking from the beginning. I was such a chaotic little monster and I love that energy. But it's so interesting to see how much I've grown and changed within the past, like how long have I done this? 4 years. In the long run of your life, like 4 years is not a long time, but I've changed so much and I've grown so much and I'm proud of those changes that I have made. But there's also some things where I'm like, okay, I've lived my early 20s kind of chaotic lifestyle. Now I'm ready to move forward and make some more concrete plans to challenge myself in ways that'll pay off like in years to come, and to bet on myself in the long run. I'm very excited for this next phase. And I'm honestly like excited for winter, so I'm able to slow down and look more internally. Like I said, summer, we are running around. It's chaos. Like, we're enjoying our time. We're playing in the river. We're in the mountains. We're running around in the forest. Like, bitch, I'm booked and busy 24/7. Winter is a fantastic season as well as fall, where it forces us to slow down. It forces us to have like an internal winter as well. If you are in my, Eastern hemisphere, that's just a wild guess. If you're one of like my Australian girlies, you're going through your summer phase right now, which is going to be so amazing and so beautiful. You're going to be just like busy. But if you're going through your winter phase right now or fall phase right now, it's okay to take time and to look inward. That is literally what it's all about. Like I said, we're strengthening our roots. We're strengthening our foundation by turning inwards, by looking inwards. And by doing that hard internal work, it will pay off. You will glow beautifully. People will look at you. The heads will turn as you walk down the street like, who is that bitch? Because you're building that beautiful internal world. You're doing the work. You're breaking down the boundaries. You're building up maybe different boundaries. You're strengthening foundation, and you're just going to set yourself up for success in the future. But there is no end. There's no end. Like, I was sitting here this morning and I was kind of thinking to myself, I was like, damn, like, and you may be asking like, oh my God, Hannah, what's causing you to have this mental breakdown? And the thing is, I've talked about like my 21st birthday party before, where me and my friends, we went out, we did shots, whatever. But then like that afternoon, all of my restaurant crew came out and celebrated my 21st birthday with me. And it was fantastic. It was amazing. I had such a good time. Well, one girl at my restaurant is turning 21, and it's me now in reverse positions, where I am the age of the people I was partying with at that age. And they were fantastic. They were great people, had a good time. But at 21, you know, I looked at the people around me and I was thankful for them in my life. But I also had this innate sense of like, well, I'm not going to be there at that age. And I am here at this age. And I was like, oh, pause. If I keep going down this path of ultimately comfortability, you know, but also like too many vices, not doing any forward momentum, feeling very stagnant, feeling very stuck. If I stay in this position, I am going to be the 50-year-old working at this restaurant who is miserable right now, you know, like, and no hates the 50-year-olds working at a restaurant, like period, career servers, you make that money. I'm talking about like the restaurant I work at, the people I see who are miserable. Like, if I keep doing this, if I keep like not changing, not growing, not challenging myself, I am going to be in this position forever, period. And that, like, I was off a gummy last night thinking about it and I was like, and I'm scared. And that's spooky and that's scary. And I'm nervous about that because I don't want to be that. I don't want to be miserable and hating my life because I was not brave enough to make change, to, you know, take on a challenge of living my dream life. And so no more fear of challenge. We must face our demons head on. We must go after them. We must change. We must learn. We must grow. Or else, yeah, your biggest fears of being miserable and old will be a reality. Like, yes, you want that to be a reality. Okay, then sit exactly where you are and do nothing but breathe, you know? But I am excited to bring you guys along with me and to just see where it takes us. I think, you know, with every podcast I put out, we are all kind of growing together symbiotically. And I think that's really beautiful. Sometimes I feel so alone in this life where I'm like, there's nobody who could be going through this. And then it's like 18 comments that are like, no girl, me too. Thank God it's not just me. And that is so nice because it is so silly how isolating life can feel, yet how connected we truly are, you know? I do think it's kind of beautiful. So if you are also in this phase of your life where you're like, oh my God, what's going on? What am I doing? Don't worry. We have all the time in the world. Every day is a new opportunity. But yes, we must create forward momentum. And if you're scared, if you're like, oh my God, but I'm going to be this way forever, guess what, bitch? The only person who can change that is you. I now knight you. I put that crown on your head, and yes, it is heavy, bitch. The only person who can change it, who can create that dream reality, who can actually challenge themselves, who can actually follow through on those challenges, who can actually, you know, become the person they want to be, the only person who can do that is you. And I know you're standing there like, bitch, what the fuck? That meme of the alien standing in the fucking door frame where it's like me telling my mom I threw up, me realizing it's all on my own shoulders, that it's really truly up to me, honestly. But like I said, if you're gonna do anything, bet on your fucking self, bitch, okay? If anybody's gonna do it, it's you. If anybody's going to handle those challenges with ease, it's you. If there's anybody who's gonna show up consistently for themselves, it's you. And I believe in you. I do. I know because I believe in myself. And if you're listening to me, it's probably because you believe in yourself. So sending you all positive energy, sending you all, you know, strength and transformation, positive transmutable energy. I think we all are deserving of that. But yes, like I said, I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to hopefully create more YouTube videos, so stay tuned for those. Like I said, Halloween decorating. I have so many fun Halloween decorations, and I just started doing a little DIY project, so I want to take you guys along. But enough of me. You're like, bitch, shut up. Let's get through some of you guys' questions before we get out of here. I'm falling in love healthily for the first time. Have any advice? Absolutely. Approach with the heart of like the most precious little princess in the land. I'm not even kidding. Like if you're falling in love and it's a healthy relationship and it's good, it's going to feel like a whirlwind. It's going to feel like a romance. You're going to be asking yourself like, should I put walls up? Should I do something differently? Should I play the game? Should I blah, blah, blah? No. Literally approach this as if it's a romance novel and toxicity doesn't exist. Open your heart, open your mind, be 1,000% loving and forthcoming, and really just fall head over heels in love with this person, because that feeling is so amazing and so beautiful. And I want you to be able to experience that fully without fear. So approach it without fear. Love unconditionally, love openly, love hard, love strong, for real. You deserve to be head over heels in love. The only person who's going to do that for you is you. I mean, hopefully, of course, your partner is also falling head over heels in love with you as well. Like, it's just this beautiful, chaotic alchemy of positivity and love and just like intimacy. Like, it's so cute and it's so sexy, and you should lean fully into it. You really should. You should fall head over heels with this person. So approach with a pure and innocent heart and let yourself love completely. Give yourself over to love completely. How to find your fragrance, and should it switch up every season? I switch mine up every season. Not every season, like 4 perfumes a year. Girl, that's like $1,000. That is a lot of money. I would say at least like for the fall, winter seasons, I'll have a scent, because I'm not going to be wearing like floral fragrances then. And then spring, summers, I'll have a different scent. So for fall, what I did is essentially I wanted something a little bit warm. I wanted something like maybe a little more vanilla-y. So I would listen, there's perfume influencers on there, and they will give fantastic descriptions and like show you new perfumes. Absolutely. But you won't know what that shit smells like until you smell it in person. So go in person. I just went to my local Ulta because I had a couple in mind that they carried. And I was in there, like I said, kikiing with the Ulta girls for like 30, 40 minutes smelling perfumes until I found one that I was like, I love this. I love this. It's perfect for me. That is the best way to discover fragrances. And yes, I do like to switch mine up at least every 2 seasons. So I'm able to kind of feel sexy, embrace my kind of intimacy within myself, celebrate life through scent, through our senses. And yeah, enact a new season. How do I know what's better to listen to, my heart or my gut? Or what if I don't want to accept the gut feeling? Ooh, if you don't want to accept the gut feeling, you choose your gut. Always, 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 always. If your gut's telling you something and you're sitting there and you're like, no, please, it can't be. It really can't be. It's true. It is true. If you're fearful of your gut feeling, that's because it's so innately true that it's kind of hard to grasp onto. You know, I feel like especially when people go through breakups, it's very much like that, where like the person doing the breakup is like, I know deep down in my heart that it's not right, but it's so hard to even be able to kind of accept and consider this, that it's just like, oh my God, I'm fighting the gut feeling, you know? I think this also comes with like career changes, moving, cutting people off. It's all of like, oh my God, my gut's telling me this. I just don't want to believe it's true because it's the hard choice. If it's the hard choice, usually it's the right choice. The right choices, I fear, are never the easy choices. They never are. They really never are. Now, if you're trying to fight between your head and your gut, or your heart and your gut, the heart usually has a way of communicating to our senses, where the gut has a way of communicating to our head. I think you should trust your gut in a computer-like sense, where it's like you pick up a calculator, you put in a math equation, it gives you the fucking answer, bitch, you know? And there's no arguing with a goddamn calculator. 2 + 2 is 4. That's what your gut instinct is telling you. It's very calculated. It's very real. There are no emotions behind it. It is very straightforward and true and honest. Now, your heart is going to be the emotional, the sensual side of things. Your heart will also sometimes lie to you. So if you're looking for the truth and real, raw, honest answers, go with your gut tenfold. But your heart is fantastic, and when you're trying to decide between 2 things, when you're trying to like weigh 2 options, when 2 options are pretty good or bad, whatever, if they're both on an equal playing field, that's when you go with your heart. What is your heart telling you between these 2 options? Now, ideally, you're going to be wanting to use both of these things in tandem. Your gut and your heart should work in tandem. Your heart will want to argue with the 2 + 2 = 4 math equation. Don't let it argue. listen to your happiness, listen to what's going to bring you positive energy, positive heart chakra energy, and then also listen to what makes sense mathematically. That's what your gut is telling you. It should be in a very balanced line between the two of those. I'm talking to a guy who's definitely just for fun and he likes me. Am I a horrible person? What do I do? Illy. No, you're not a horrible person for having some fun. You are a horrible person if you lead them on. That's my only issue. I think you should at least be real and raw and open and honest with them. Not raw, actually. Don't get raw with anybody you're dating. Take that one back. But, if you meet someone, you're having a good time, but maybe you're in a position in your life where this just isn't the person for you. You're not ready for a relationship. You kind of just fell into this place, but you don't want something serious with them. You have to be honest about that. That's why we encounter so many evil men, because they are just not honest about their intentions. They'll tell you they love you, and then the next day they'll tell you they want nothing to do with you. Whatever answer you give them needs to be cohesive and concise. I really like you as a person. I am not ready for a relationship right now. We can keep doing a fun little hookup thing, but please do not get feelings involved with this. Straight up, be real. And don't flip-flop on it. Don't do boyfriend-girlfriend shit. If you're going to keep it chill and fun, only do fun, casual hookup shit. You know what I mean? Don't cook breakfast with them in the morning. Don't go grocery shopping together. Don't do intimate things. Keep those boundaries strong. Keep your answer clear. And I don't think you're a horrible person. No. I mean, there's many people in this world right now in a very casual relationship. And I think that's just a part of dating, especially when, we're still figuring out ourselves in our 20s. As long as you're both on the same page and you both have the same understanding and you're very clear and honest about what you want. No, I don't think you're a horrible person. But if you're I'm just not going to tell him I want nothing to do with him because I want to keep him around, then that's manipulative. And that's a little weird. You might be a little horrible for that if you keep it going. So, honesty. Honesty is the best policy. Forgive a cheater. Thoughts? Girl, you know my thoughts. Hell fucking no. Cheating is essentially taking a sword and shoving it through someone's back. Genuinely. And do you want a partner who's willing to shove a 15-inch sword through your back and pull it out and then look in your eyes and say sorry as you bleed out on the ground? No. Nope. I don't care what manipulation they do. I don't care what they say. I don't care if it's it was a one-time thing. It's not a one-time thing, because then you are forced to live with the fear and with the, chill in your heart that, oh my God, this might happen again. And that head trauma is not worth it. It really isn't. You're going to be miserable. You're going to be constantly thinking about it. You're going to be mid-sex thinking about the other woman. You do not need to go through that. If you're going to have a partner in this life, they need to be yours fully, openly, honestly, and they are not there to be shared. Unless you're in an open relationship, then share away, but you're not in an open relationship. They cheated on you. That is evil. There should be consequences. When people do evil things, they should lose privileges. Period. If that man cheated on you, you staying with him is condoning the behavior. Oh, I can go around and I can do horrible, awful things and I can get away with it. They'll still stay with me. I'm going to keep doing it. You need to break up with him for all the other women in the future who encounter him. I think sometimes breakups, especially with evil men, are you doing almost community service work for other women out there, where it's no, you're horrible and awful and you've never been told no before, so I'm going to tell you no right here and now. We're breaking up. We're done. That behavior is not okay. You need to know this and you need to stop getting away with it. And I think if you are ever in a situation where someone cheats on you, I don't care what level of cheating. I don't care whether they put it in them or not. I don't care if it's just dick pics. I don't care if it's just DMing. Whatever it is, if they are cheating on you in your head, you understand it as cheating, you need to leave. Point blank, period. And I say that as if it's easy. It's not. It's going to really hurt. Being cheated on is the ultimate betrayal, and thus the one thing you need to do to stay true to yourself is to leave them. Amen. Feeling a lot of pressure with social media and consumption. How to be okay. I've been feeling this too. I've been a little crazy on my consumption lately just because, change in season. I'm like, oh my God, I have no fall clothes that fit. I'm also picking up hobbies that I need certain like outfits for or whatever. Not even like a stylistic way. Just like I need jeans that I can practically do the splits in if I'm on a horse. I need good boots, things like that. And so my consumption hours have been crazy. And so I am trying to cut back, especially because I'm going on vacation and I'm sure I'm going to be doing a lot of shopping over there. So number one ways I think you can kind of like cut back on online shopping is delete that fucking card off your Apple Pay. Delete it off your Apple Pay. You should not be able to make eye contact with your phone and spend $1,000. Not that I've ever spent $1,000 through eye contact, even just $100. You should not be able to look your camera in the eye and spend $100 that quickly. That's scary. If you can do it that fast, it's probably not the best thing for you. Delete Amazon, get off of Amazon. Don't be buying things from Amazon. I think one of the biggest underrated things, especially with just like living life, is going out to places and being in the world. Okay, I deleted Amazon. I was like, no more simplicity. I need to go do things. I need to interact with people. I went to PetSmart. I had to go get my cat some Churu treats because he had to go to the vet, and he was such a brave little boy, and he was so sweet to the vet. I walked in. They're like, danger. This week has been so crazy. Like, we've been looking forward to seeing him all week. Ugh, me too. Like, I saw, but it's so sweet. I love my vet. And so, he was a really sweet, good boy. It was just a physical. He got some shots. And I went to go get him some Churu treats. And, I'm in this fucking PetSmart. I'm not even kidding. For 30 minutes, this random lady, we're just chit-chatting about the cats for adoption there. And then she starts talking about how she hates Donald Trump. And I'm like, hell yeah, I'm sat, girl. Like, let's talk about it. She's probably like my mom's age. We're talking about like COVID. She's crazy, but she was giving like motherly energy. So I was like, you know what, fuck it, what else do I have going on? Oh, I need to rush home to sit on my couch? Fuck it, let me chit chat with this lady for 30 minutes while going over different kinds of Churu treats and how much we hate Donald Trump. Let's go. That's what life's about, those little interactions. That's what brightens your day. That's what makes you more just like connected to your community around you. I feel like I avoided interactions with people for so long because I work in the service industry, or I have for a long time. So I was like people burnt out, but it's different when you're interacting with people from a service perspective versus just like a individual living side by side next to them. Of course, the service perspective is going to be a little bit more draining. That's why when I'm at work and I'm serving somebody, bitch, I'm a character. I'm not Hannah. I don't know who that is. Heather. I don't fucking know. I'm a character. I'm putting on a facade so I'm able to make some money and get the fuck out of there without losing my mind completely. But in the real world, yes, I'm Hannah. I'm here. I am who I am, and I need to get out, and I need to have more experiences and the ease of things nowadays, the ease of just like getting rid of your money and buying random shit that you don't need is what is kind of the downfall of a lot of us, especially me. So I'm just trying to take the ease out of my life a little bit, challenge myself more, like I said. And I do think that ultimately will help you save money, and it will help you stop with the overconsumption. And honestly, it's a little easier to save money when you think about like the whole rounded wellness of it all, where it's like, no, I just need to just save money by not spending it online. So I'm going to force myself to get out of my house a little bit more, interact with the world, versus like a lack mindset. That's a positive mindset, a gain mindset, where it's like, well, I'm gaining something in the process. I'm not losing this ability to spend money. I'm gaining the ability to have real world connection, to have more, experience in my life. Versus if you went at it from a lack perspective, which is like, I don't have enough money. I'm over consuming. I need to stop. I need to cut this out. It's easier when you go at it from a gain mentality than a lack mentality. Lack mentality is going to make you engage in more negative behaviors. So go at it from a positive behavioral analysis perspective. How to not be depressed the entire week of my period. Okay, so I know we talk about periods a lot on here, but you know who's really changed my perspective on periods is Sai Swoon. I love Sai Swoon down. Love her endlessly. And you know how people will joke, they'll be like, oh yes, when I'm on my period I need to be sent to like a cabin next to the sea, the same way they did with women back in like the 1400s. Like they thought we were psychotic and they didn't want our period blood around them, so they sent us to the fucking an island just to be alone, which is honestly like the dream. You need to create that island within your own personal world. You know, we need to focus on the rest, relaxation, prioritization of self when we can. I understand with the crazy world we live in, when you're working 5 jobs, when you feel like, you know, your life is just so busy, even those 5 minutes in the morning where you're taking time to, instead of sit on your phone, like have your coffee in silence and just like chill, or after work, that 30 minutes where you're usually like manically showering, to take a little bit longer of a shower to enjoy, maybe have a little bubble bath, focus on us and rest and relaxation. That is important. It is important, and it is very overlooked. And the last thing you need to overlook in this life, especially with how busy it gets, is ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves. And yes, the number one way I don't lose my mind during my period is I do eat a lot of red meat during my period. I love a burger. I love a steak. I love a green, like a really dark cruciferous vegetable. And I love a me time. I don't like work, but work is work, and we got to do what we got to do, girls. Am I right? Joints don't get me high, but bongs do. Any idea why? It's because you're consuming so much smoke in one setting. You know, you're ripping a bowl, and that's probably the amount of smoke that you would inhale from like half a joint through one bong rip. So, of course, you're going to get high off of a bong faster than you would a joint, because you're taking little puffs here and there. And honestly, like if I want to be as bong high as I am joint high, the equation would be like one bowl would equal probably like 2/3 of a joint for me. Just because if you think about how much smoke escapes as it's burning between puffs, of course, you know, you're probably only smoking probably like, you're going to be smoking a whole joint, but you're going to lose a little bit. It's going to take a little bit longer. The high is not going to be as intense. It's going to be pretty gradual. So yes, of course, a bong high is going to get you higher faster because you're consuming so much so quickly. At home, I'm a bong high girl. Like if I'm going to be smoking any sort of flower, it's in my bong. But socially, I'm a joint girl. Best remedies for being sick. Why does it feel like I'm a zombie? Oh my goodness. It is sick. It is cold and flu season. My dad's really sick right now. I think he got it from my niece and my nephew. I don't know why me and my mom are fine, and my brother and my sister-in-law. Maybe just because we have like better genes or whatever. No, I'm kidding. My dad is like the healthiest person I know. But number one things I do when I'm sick is you got to shower. You got to shower the sickness out of you. I highly believe in showering the sickness out of you and sweating it out. So I will stand in that hot ass shower for 30, 45 minutes if I need to. Sitting. Sometimes I'm just sitting on the bathtub floor, shower hitting me, blowing my nose as hard as I can. But you got to wash the sickness out of you. You need to prioritize like cleansing yourself externally and then internally. Best way to cleanse yourself internally, not with green juice. We need garlic, we need onion, we need butter, we need hot broths, soup, rotisserie chicken. Number one thing you can eat while you're sick is a really good chicken noodle soup if you can. That's one of my recipes I'll be making this fall, so stay tuned. This week I'm actually making a beef stew recipe, which I'm very excited about. More of so of like a pot roast. But my favorite kind of recipes are ones where it's just like, okay, I cut up a bunch of things, throw it in a pot, let it simmer for like a couple hours, and then I get to eat. That is the best way to enjoy food, in my opinion. So chicken noodle soup, very easy. And I will be making a recipe. But yes, cleanse externally and then cleanse internally. And then, of course, if you can, rest as much as possible. I'm basically bedridden when I'm sick. Like I am in bed. And as soon as you start feeling better, as soon as you're like, okay, I can finally get out of bed, I can finally shower, I've eaten a full meal, I'm feeling a little bit better, change your sheets. That's the best recipe. And last but not least, someone said, girl, I need to glow up bad. I just turned 23 and I feel like my life is so dull. I think this is also kind of in tandem with my rambling at the beginning of this episode, where sometimes we feel stuck in life. Sometimes we're like, oh my God, we haven't grown. I feel dull. I need to glow up. I need to change. I need to transform. And a lot of it comes through internal challenges. And I don't mean like, I feel like a lot of the challenges I gave myself were like severe challenges. Like, in fact, this is more self-harm than it is good. You don't need to do very, very intense challenges where you're forcing yourself to, sell all of your belongings and become a monk. I mean, if that's what you don't want to do, go for it. But these can be very simple, little, easy challenges that you can do in your daily life that will incredibly have an effect on how you behave and interact with the world. For me, okay, cutting out 1 drink a day, gonna be a little difficult at first, but then over time, it's going to be easier. It's something I can work on every single day. And then also I'm going to feel better in the long run. Working out once a day. It's going to be hard at first. It's not the world's hardest challenge. But, get on that treadmill 1 hour a day. Do my thing. Challenge myself daily. It's going to be a little bit of a slow progress, but ultimately that glow up will come. It will create momentum. That challenge will bring fruition. It'll bring change. And it'll bring positivity into my life. I also think the number one thing that will help you really glow up and enact change in your life is release. Release is very important. Challenge and then release of whatever you think is holding you back. Even if you don't think it's holding you back, any negative behaviors, negative interactions with the world, things that don't make you feel good, releasing those things, giving them to the universe, letting go, it creates room for new positivity, new growth. This could be a physical thing. Maybe you're like, holy shit, I have too much things in my house. Get rid of them. This is sort of related, makes me feel just better, but I did a fridge clean out the other day. I'm talking 5 trash bags of random food, random frozen things in my fridge that I've had there since I moved in 3 years ago. Get rid of them, cleanse it out, deep cleanse, so then we have room and space to actually live and enjoy and incorporate new things in our life. This can be physical, this can be mental, this can be spiritual. But whatever you need to cleanse, get rid of, let go of, that is also a great way to bring forth that glow up, to bring more space for positivity and growth into your life. But I love you all so much. And I'm so glad to be here every week with you guys. Sorry, this is a bit of like a rambly episode, but I hope it was maybe a little bit more inspirational than the last episode, which was just me drunkenly having a good time. I like sometimes we have very silly episodes, and I like sometimes we have more serious episodes. It's a nice balance. Life is the same way. Sometimes we got to take it a bit more serious. Other times our challenge is to get as silly as possible. But I love you all so very much. Thank you for being here with me this week. If you want to see more, or if you want your question answered on the Patreon, every Thursday we do a Patreon only podcast where I answer every single question you guys have. More people are joining, which I'm so thankful for, but these episodes are like almost 2 hours long. Like, if you want extra content for, very cheap, my price is on there, low, would love to have you. Come join. The girls over there be kikiing. I also am working on putting together a Discord. That's something the girls have been very interested in. So that will be coming soon as well. And like I said, I'm hoping to do more YouTube videos coming up. I'm hoping, honestly, to have my decorating for Halloween YouTube video up early next week. This week on my Instagram, beef stew recipe. I have some photos from the Ren Fair that I'll be sharing that are very cute and fun, very princess vibes. And yeah, if anybody's going to create the life that you desire, it's going to be you. So don't be afraid to dream. Don't be afraid to challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to do new things, to try hard things, to make room for the good in your life. Because if anybody is deserving in you, and if anybody's going to bet on themselves, it better be fucking you, bitch. I can't do this alone, and I need you guys with me. I need you to grow with me. But I love you all so very much. Stay sane, stay sexy, and I'll see you all so soon. Mwah.